this desert state is a divided one. Arizona has become a hotbed for disinformation and election denialists. During one of Donald Trump's final campaign events here, his supporters are uneasy.
There's a lot of people out there with a lot of artillery. Let me just say that, okay? And I'm one of them, and I have a lot of friends that do too, okay? We're ready to fight this time.
Trump, baby! If they try to steal it from him, then I hope that all hell breaks loose.
Once reliably Republican, Arizona turned blue in 2020, voting for Joe Biden with one of the smallest margins in the country, a little more than 10,000 votes. The result has been scrutinised and reviewed with no evidence of widespread voter fraud, but still, not everyone believes it.
Arizona was red. Look at my hat. I'm still 2020.
Oh, I don't think anything is on a knife edge. I think Trump's way out ahead everywhere. It's just whether or not the truth comes out.
Maricopa County is home to about 2.6 million registered voters. Here, security is ramping up in preparation for Election Day.
Hi, Isabella. So nice to meet you.
Hi, Taylor. Nice to meet you. So this is the recorder's office and about as close as anyone from the public can get to the building.
Right. So this is the Maricopa County Tabulation and Election Center. My office and the elections office are based out of here, and this is where every ballot in Maricopa County is going to come through. And as you can see, we have our permanent wrought iron fencing here. This is a new addition since 2020.
Usually a public building, it's now under lockdown after a security breach from Trump supporters last election.
This just used to be an open parking lot, and then there were protesters who arrived in 2020 that approached closer and closer, and some even breached our lobby.
The Bidens are communist Chinese agents. The Bidens are communist. You're not going to let them steal this. We're not going to let them steal it in Georgia.
Maricopa County's recorder's office has spent 4 years trying to counteract false claims of voter fraud and build trust.
We are hoping for the best, preparing for the worst. So not only did we take warning from law enforcement, but we also really thought through what's going to make not only the people who work in elections feel safe and comfortable, what's going to make the public feel safe and comfortable when it comes to the process of counting your votes.
Maricopa County Constable Darlene Martinez watched the events unfold here in 2020.
They had signs, they were yelling, they had bullhorns. It was so scary here.
And are there a lot of election deniers still here in Arizona?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, we have one running for Senate. I'm also afraid for our country that if a certain person doesn't get elected, that our country may have a certain state of affairs that, you know, I mean, so much to the point that I want to go to Costco today and get a bunch of water and stock up because I'm afraid what might happen.
What do you think could happen?
That our country might be into civil unrest.
She's taking me for a ride around downtown Phoenix.
Oh yeah, let's do it. People are afraid that they're going to go to to vote and they won't be able to get a ballot, or the provisional ballots won't be available, or they're not going to accept their IDs, and it's just crazy. People are just scared right now. I even had a friend send me a video of something that they thought was going to happen if the election went one way, and it was just a scam video.
The belief the election was stolen has become part of local politics in Arizona.
We had a few high-profile, mostly local Republican politicians who were really attached to Trump, really attached to the idea that Trump should win Arizona, that started to frankly spread a lot of information, or I should say misinformation, about the integrity of our elections.
Outspoken Republican Senate candidate Kari Lake has repeated Donald Trump's campaign line that his 2020 presidential loss was due to voter fraud.
He shouldn't have to run again because he won the last election, but he will win, and President Donald Trump will come back with a vengeance.
They're on the ballot together.
Okay, so here we go. You can see someone, this is not, this is a very obscure person on Twitter who has 300 followers, has posted I proudly voted for you and 45-47 today. 45-47 is Donald Trump, who's the 45th president and the 47th, praying the steal doesn't happen again. This is the kind of person who voted for her and believes that Trump had the election stolen from him.
Professor Samara Klar has monitored the disinformation that's been spread on social media.
She's just trying to sow skepticism about trust in media, trust in election officials. That really is a big driver for Kari Lake's campaign strategy. We have a lot of Republicans who are really trying to move past it and talk about actual issues, but there's always sort of an undercurrent of these conspiracy theories that are still, going around.
Good evening, Arizona!
The presidential candidates have made multiple visits to Arizona, the only battleground state that shares a border with Mexico.
Well, thank you very much, and a very special hello to Arizona. Thank you very much.
Both sides are trying to win over the large Hispanic and Latino community here, roughly a third of the state's population, who typically lean Democrat, though research suggests appeal is slipping among younger Latino voters. Spanish-speaking radio La Campesina launched an anti-disinformation campaign for the Latino community. Every day, radio segments are dedicated to unpacking the fears and concerns of their audience.
Buenos días, yo sí quiero hacer un comentario.
Local host Franco says he takes calls and messages all day and connects them to official information and experts.
I feeling about with the more a lot responsibility, more a lot. I need prep all time. We checking, a double check for checking the facts.
We ask the audience to challenge any information they get by question and digging into, okay, where is this came from? Can I trust this resource?
Program Director Maria Barr-Quinn has covered elections for 25 years at the station. This one feels different to her.
Arizona, Nevada, where we own stations, has been two battle states that you can see the need of being on the face of the Latino community, which I appreciate as a Latina, that they're investing in me, they're coming to talk to me. But again, we need to be careful what we're listening and what we're making sure we get in to make the final decision.
More than 1 million people have already voted in the county. Many are now wondering what life looks like after the election.
Whoever gets in, let's give each other grace and let's give each other, the respect of we can have a difference of opinion, but we need to move forward and really work together and not have the divide.